Senator Murray Watt joins us, and you're not quite at majority yet, Murray Watt. We're still waiting on Tom Connell to call it. He's refusing to do so at this point, but it looks like you might get there. Is that your view of things?
Yeah, we're still very hopeful that we will get to a majority, Laura. Hello, by the way. And clearly the seat of Brisbane in particular is still in play. We're very hopeful that we'll hang on in the seats of Lyons and McNamara after some strong campaigns from Brian Mitchell and Josh Burns in those seats. And yesterday, as the postal votes kept being counted, we jumped ahead of the Greens in the seat of Brisbane. So I spoke to our candidate, Madonna Jarrett, last night, and things are looking promising, but there's still several thousand votes to be counted there yet.
OK, how do you recognise these competing mandates? You've got your own, of course, and that would be the strongest given the Prime Minister is Anthony Albanese. The Greens and the Teals want a stronger legislated emission reduction target. Will you negotiate on that?
No, we won't, Laura, and we were clear about that when we were asked this question during the election campaign as well. We could not have been more clear heading into the election about what our policy would be in terms of emissions reductions, and that's the policy that we now intend to implement. Of course, if we do get to a majority in the House of Representatives, then we absolutely have a mandate, a clear mandate, to implement our policy on climate change, along with everything else that we took to the election as well.
So, what do you make of the Queensland result? You've still only got 5 seats of 30 in Queensland.
Yeah, well, as I say, if we do manage to win the seat of Brisbane, that would leave us at 6 out of 30, which is where we were heading into the election. Of course, we're all very disappointed to lose Terry Butler in the seat of Griffith. That's a seat that Labor has held for a very long time, and Terry was a senior contributor and an important part of our team, both here in Queensland and nationally. So we are very disappointed to lose that seat. I think overall the Queensland results are a bit of a mixed bag. There are the disappointments, like I was just talking about, and of course, to see the Greens emerging as more of a force in Brisbane is not something that we would have liked to have seen. But if you look at around the state, Queensland is one of only 2 states where Labor received a swing to us on our primary vote, Western Australia being the other one. And we've actually managed to really significantly close margins. Well, I mean, I think any reasonable observer before the election would have said it was going to be difficult for Queensland to pull a swag of seats, given where we ended up after the last election.
Yeah. We've
always known that most of the seats in Queensland that went backwards last time were going to be a 2-term proposition, and we've now received swings of up to 7% in seats like Flynn, Capricornia, and we've now got a bundle of seats where the margin held by the LNP is under 3%. So given where we came from in 2019, we have made real inroads. We've actually turned the Labor vote around, and it's actually going forward, and that leaves us well positioned for the next time.
OK, well, 3 years, they come around pretty quick. Murray Watt, good to talk to you. Short and sweet today. We'll check in soon when you're all sworn in. See you soon.